following is a presentation of smallcapvoice.com, today's leader in investor relations, capital formation, and retail support. Now, with your online business briefing, smallcapvoice.com's Stuart T. Smith.
Welcome back, everybody, to another online business briefing brought to you by smallcapvoice.com. And as you just heard, I'm your host, Stuart Smith, and we're going to shine a spotlight on some of the smartest and freshest plays here in the market today. And to that end, we're speaking to, for the very first time, Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation. They're traded under the ticker symbol SIRC, and we're lucky enough to be joined by the Chief Executive Officer for the company, David Massey. David, how are you today?
Hey, Stuart, doing great. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for taking the time to call in, speak to our listeners, as well as your shareholders. But for those listeners who don't know your company, let's talk about the company and its business model. And, you know, you and I were talking before the show. The name Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation, you're more than a solar company. You're more than a roofing company. You've got a lot going on there. So let's touch on the business model. Go ahead, David.
You know, what we're trying to do is the original model was to integrate solar into residential roofing jobs. And the concept was we could get low-cost financing for homeowners to take care of the roofing and their solar projects for less than their electric bill. And I've been in the roofing industry for 30 years. I've sold a lot of roofs, and I think most listeners out there will attest to the fact that if they ever bought a roof, that's probably the least exciting purchase that they've ever made. But when I go to the door and say, listen, not only can I get you a roof, I can eliminate your electric bill, lower your costs, you don't spend any of your own money, and I can do a roof solar package for you at no money out of your pocket. So that was our model, and we've modified it since, and we're going to add some service to it, roof service and solar service, and so we have steady revenue streams throughout the course of the year.
Absolutely. It's important to get that steady revenue stream for the company. And when you talk about solar, you're in Southern California, so solar is still hot. My family lives out there. You can't drive in San Diego County without seeing a roof covered in solar. But roofing really adds that steady flow as you come into those seasons where solar's not on the top of everybody's mind. The roofing side of it, but also the solar service side of things is another revenue stream that seems to be, they've got to do it. You know, they've got to service these things or they're not going to get the value out of them. So those two things seem to really buoy up your company. Is that a fair assessment, David?
That's a fair assessment looking forward. We're really going to focus on that in 2019. We're putting a service department in place for roofing and solar. That's important to keep the solar system checked and monitored and cleaned. And same thing with your roof. It's important to, when we do a roof project, we sell with it called the annual inspection, where we go out and do an inspection. So we're incorporating these services to our clients to not only to get in their door and to spread the word to them and keep them as a contact for our company, but, and to sell them future services down the road. And that's a big part of the growth of our business.
You know, another big part of the growth of your business is getting the word out, as you just mentioned. And I notice how you're integrating in some media side of things. You've got a direct mail company acquisition that you announced here early in 2019. So obviously that's another way for you to get your foot in the door.
You know, it's someone I've been working with for about the past 12 years here locally in San Diego. It's the largest direct mail company here in San Diego. It's an excellent source of leads for us, and our plan is, as we do the acquisitions of our other companies, to incorporate their services to give them additional leads. So it's a synergy type acquisition where as one company grows, then the other company grows, and we feel like it's an important piece. Again, we're trying to get consistent revenues and get consistent growth throughout the course of the year.
Well, and that's not your only acquisition. Listeners, using that ticker symbol again, SIRC, look out at January 29th dateline. Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation signs LOI for well-established $3 million South Orange County roofing company. So just right up the road from you, this looks like another exciting play for you and your company.
You know, it's one we just signed. We're working on one previously. I believe we signed it in November, December. It's a local San Diego company. They do closer to $5 million in revenue. We're literally today working on the definitive agreement to get that signed, looking to get it signed either this week or next, because this thing is ready to start rolling, and that's going to be our very first project that we're able to combine our existing company and the new companies to start incorporating the service side of things and everything we just talked about, that all these actions and ideas into place and start the growth of the company. 2019 is going to be a big growth year for us, and we're really excited about it.
Excellent. Sounds like a great time to be talking to you and for our listeners to take a closer look at SIRC. Well, let's learn about you as our guest. You're the CEO of the company. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the management team.
The management team, it's recently changed a little bit. We have a new CFO. His name is Robert Jones. He's an excellent new player for us. We actually get almost his entire company. He's a accounting firm, and his firm also does acquisitions, and they go out and do the valuations of the acquisitions. I actually met him through his father. His father was doing the valuations of some of the acquisitions we got together. I told him what we needed. He's kind of the missing piece. I'm more of a sales and marketing guy, and he's the numbers guy. So I have numerous acquisitions in the pipeline that we're looking at, and this guy does a good job, and his firm does a good job of putting a value on them, and so we know that when we acquire them, we're paying the right price, and the value is there for us. So we're really excited to have Robert on board.
Excellent. And you mentioned earlier in the outset of the interview your experience within the roofing and solar industry going back decades. So if you look back at 2018 with this management team in place going forward, what would you say is some of the things that you accomplished in 2018 towards this exciting 2019 year we're talking about?
2018, quite honestly, was a very struggling year for us. I don't think we had the right players in the right places. We signed some LOIs. We weren't really able to complete the LOIs. Didn't have the right financing in place. We just couldn't get it done. Fortunately, I'm very confident with our new management team in place and Nick in place and his vast experience in the public world, the financing that we have in place. The success is all going to be in 2019. So struggling 2018 is it's going to push our success to 2019. It was a little stagnant, but we're working harder in 2019 to get things done, and we're ready to execute, and we're excited for this year.
Well, let's talk about that then. So in 2019, as you look out at the horizon as the CEO, what are some of the goals that you'd like to see the company accomplish?
The first goal by far is getting the audit done. Again, that was another struggle in 2018. I think we hired the auditor in August of last year. We thought we could get it done in a month. The CFO at the time, I don't think he had the experience to really get it done, and I didn't realize that at the time. That's one of the reasons that he's moved on, and Robert came in. He actually came here locally, worked on the audit paperwork for less than a week. He has everything put together. It's in the auditor's hand. It's literally less than a month away from being completed after the very short time being the CFO. That's the biggest thing we're getting done. Closing the acquisitions are our next step.
Well, when you talk about getting the audit done, I'm assuming that the next step after that as well, along with those acquisitions, is the company looking to uplist?
Yes, we're looking to get fully reporting and uplist to the QX. That's on the immediate agenda. That's most important to us by far.
Well, and in terms of closing the acquisitions, where do you see the company at that point? Once everything is under the umbrella, so the acquisitions we talked about here in January and the one you mentioned back in November, where do you see this company at as we turn the corner into the summer and fall of 2019?
Yeah, we just had a meeting today with the management team, and our goal for 2019, it's pretty aggressive growth. It's about 400% is what we're looking at. We have two very important things that we want to get done. One is we want to get the right systems in place. And one of the acquisitions we're doing, the president of that company is a systems guy. He's really, really good at putting the service and sales and operation systems all in place, so it's one smooth machine that just spits out money. That's one of the most important things. The other piece to the puzzle is we're not going to build this and not make money. So we're not going to get to the end of 2019, have a lot of growth, and not have profit. We still want to maintain a 10 to 15% profit at the end of the year. And those are very, very important, and I'm not going to settle for less.
Well, listeners, once again, we're speaking with Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation, traded under the ticker symbol SIRC. You can learn more about the company, of course, right here at smallcapvoice.com. Click on our clients tab, and you will see our profile for the company. You can also go to solarintegratedroofingcorp.com. The company also has a contact within the company you can speak to, Marlena Lebrun. She can be reached at 760-566-9116. All of this information is available just using that ticker symbol in the company's press releases. Well, David, there's a couple of factors, environmental factors, governmental factors that are playing really into your court talking about 2019 being a banner year. Number one, that tax credit. It's not going away, but it has a sunset clause, which means each year it's a little bit less. So this will be a big year for solar. And also there in Southern California, you guys are getting pounded with rain, which means what? New roofs. I mean, record rainfall so far in Southern California. How are these two factors going to play in your favor?
You know, Stuart, we're getting prepared, that's for sure. Everything in your question, I believe it was 2014 or 2015, the tax credit was ending that year. And that year, we could not keep solar panels on the shelf. We're actually running out of solar panels because everyone thought the tax credit was ending. It actually got extended, but everyone thought it was ending. So with this being a year where that's going to start decreasing, we're already starting to see the demand for the solar. And with the record rainfalls, what surprises a lot of people, I've been in the roofing industry 30 years, everyone thinks that the winter time is our busy time. Actually, here in Southern California, our busy time is our summertime. People identify their problems in the winter when the rain comes, but they typically wait till the nicer weather to get the roof done. And as the roofing industry should be very, very busy this year, we typically sell a solar system on 90 to 95% of every roof that we sell. So with the roofing business going up and the federal tax credit starting to decrease, we should have a record year.
Well, listeners, once again, we're speaking with Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation and their CEO, David Massey. David, thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to great things from you and your company here in 2019. We look forward to checking back in with you and gauging the progress that you've had so far this year. Thanks for your time, David.
Hey, Stuart, thank you. It was my pleasure.
All right, for David Massey, this is Stuart Smith saying thanks